Where it's jumping off sides, a pre-snap deal, that's just a lack of mental focus and being where you're supposed to be with your mindset, being a step ahead and those type of things. So I think the guys have done a nice job with that, and you know, we continue to work at it, and it's going to be another hostile setting, and you know, we've worked hard to prepare for that again. But you know, once we get in that arena and get going, then you know, hopefully they'll keep responding the way they have.
Don, 10 days since you guys played Oklahoma. Have you seen those guys? Have they matured at all? I know it's a short time to try and ask your guys to grow up a little, but have they started gelling a little bit better?
Yeah, you know, again, coming off of that ball game, there was a lot of things to draw from. You know, despite the loss, there were some things to grow from that. The biggest thing we stressed upon was what guys are going to step up to be the guys that can be major factors as this season goes forward in case something happens, as well as competition. And I think some guys have done that. You know, Brett Kendrick had a solid open week. Austin Sanders made strides. Dylan Wiseman really improved. You know, so I saw guys, as coach was stressing upon them, is really who's got, you know, what are the guys that are going to have the impact and really still establishing our identity of who we are.
Coach, how beneficial was it just to have 2 weeks of practice with those, you know, that group of 5? Since
it was really good. You know, again, as always with the open date, you stress and work of really just focusing in on fundamentals and really breaking things down from your stance and footwork and all those type things. And I think the biggest thing is really it's more a mental deal for you, because there's the grind of week in and week out and getting prepared for an opponent, and then not having a given opponent. It's kind of just and it came in a right time for some of those guys, especially a Coleman, a Thomas who's a freshman, and Ja'Shawn Robertson, some of the guys that are a little bit younger, to give a chance to catch a breath and now reload for another run at you know, consecutive weeks. But the more time with them, the better. You know, I wish we had a month.
Is there a benefit to having seen a 3-4 team just last time out, or is there much carryover from that?
You know, it's kind of interesting, because you see the flow of different seasons where you potentially see some back-to-back teams with some similarities and so forth, and some things they do. So that allows yourself for some, you know, carryover, for some flow, some things that you may have done that you liked, that you didn't like, that the communication things, all those type stuff, that, and really for them knowing where the problems lie, where issues may have been or what have you. So I think there's a lot to grow from that. You know, and you know, they do enough things schematic, you know, the schematics of, you know, what they do schematically will, you know, I'm sure there'll be some other things that they do, but I think there's a lot to build off of from the first 3 weeks.
How much does it help Ja'Shawn and Coleman to have another 2 weeks to work together on that right side?
It's, you know, again, the more time the better. I mean, it's like anything else. It's, you know, we talk about, you know, infielder, shortstop, routine plays at shortstop over and over and over again. It's just them. It's their alignments, their steps, their combinations, their knowing about being in phase and not in phase, and those type of things, and communication calls and being on the same page. And it's just, it's a different type of deal with linemen, in that the way they think alike, react to things, and even each other, picking each other up after given situations of plays, reading each other's body language and wanting to be there for your guy with whatever may have taken place on that play to help pick up or help, you know, get right, or hey, I know we were wrong there. So the more the better. So that's a bonus to have that much more time with them.
You've probably already been asked this, but when you look at their 2 outside backers, the kind of size, speed, versatility package that those 2 guys have, how difficult are they to match up with?
I mean, they possess, you know, what we're going to see, you know, for the next stretch of how many weeks. I mean, it's going to be, you know, the Oklahoma, you know, as we saw that to be, and now these guys with their personality of what they do, their speed, their athleticism, and all that is, again, something for us to learn from. That, you know, a false step, a timing issue, you know, whatever it may be, is costly, that it can't be. So they're an outstanding bunch. They do a lot of things well, but you know, we got to have ways in which we're able to maybe you know, counter that, in which we can, you know, put some things back in our hands from an advantage standpoint of different things that we do, to not allow them to have to, pin their ears back and rush like all get out.
I know, obviously, I'm sure you probably have to be careful how you answer this, but to even see Gilliam out there trying to run around on practice field, I mean, Bush talked about it yesterday, just the character. What's it kind of say about the guy that he's, regardless of what happens, at least trying to give it a go out there?
That sums him up. His character, his work ethic, his passion, his want to, it really is who he is and what he stands for. And it's just hard work, tremendous character, and that's really about all I can really comment on. But feeling that strongly about him, I feel that way. So it's not a surprise. I mean, and then some guys, when it's their senior year, they're willing to sacrifice even that much more because it's so important to them, and they never want to look back and have any regrets. And I think that's the biggest thing with him. So I can't say enough good about him.
Thanks, appreciate it.
You bet. By Jacob Gilliam?
Yeah.
Is there a chance he could play this year?
I can't comment on that. I can't comment on that.
Have you talked to him about it though?
Just that he's constantly moving around and working at following the trainers, what's being told and so forth, and that's really about it. I can't comment on it.
Did you like seeing him out there?
Oh yeah, I love seeing him out there. He's got a great attitude, and like we were just talking about as seniors, guys never want to ever let go of something and maybe say that it's for sure over. So it's a day-by-day thing for him. So he's tremendous work ethic and attitude, and who knows.